Anthony Cumia, for any of the Opie and Anthony old hat fans out there, he's returning to radio. So that would be interesting. Not only do we get the uncensored version of Anthony Cumia pretty much all day on Twitter and on Compound Censored, we will also get him on terrestrial radio in the United States, in New York specifically, and hopefully his shows end up on the internet because that's what we want is this old radio veteran behind the microphone again. There's something different about radio, which is still alive, I believe. I think Cumia will prove that fact when he returns to radio very soon. And something that attracted me to the medium from the very beginning, it's something that you can't replicate with podcasts or live streams. It's just it's a unique thing. I was just discussing the return of Cumia to terrestrial radio and how
Oh,
will there's just something that you can't replicate on the internet with terrestrial radio. You know?
yeah. No, I'm not sure how it will work for Cumia. I was having a look at his X feed. So he's kind of he's doing the whole kind of work from or remote working most of
Yeah.
the time, and then we'll travel to New York to the studio proper. Um, but I think it will work.
Okay.
He's fucking seasoned enough, isn't he? Like, and he's had what? How long is it
Yeah.
since he had the last radio show? Is it a decade? Is it or something ridiculous like that? When did it? When did the Opie and Anthony show end?
Yeah, like a decade ago now, 12 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm.
yeah. So we've had the whole Compound series, and then, but yeah, for him to be back on radio is fucking great. Like, if ever that medium needed a boost, this is it. If people don't know who Anthony Cumia is, check out Opie and Anthony. Just type it into YouTube, and you're in for a treat. I just will warn you, it's one of those. If you haven't heard it before, it's one of those programs you're going to listen to for maybe 20 minutes and go, "What the fuck is this? Like this? Like this is shit." Like, but stick with it for maybe 2 hours or 2 days, and I promise you, you're in for a glorious fucking treat. What's a kind of an iconic moment or something that will give people a good idea of what I always say anti and openly. It never changes. Like,
And you know what? A few weeks ago, we were talking about O&A, and you said Openy.
openly, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. And I thought that was hilarious because I said Openy like maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago. And then lo and behold, but sometime last week, I was watching or listening to Who Are These Podcasts, and Carl said Openy. And he called himself, said Openy.
Yeah, it's just linguistically, it's difficult. Like Opie and Anthony, there's too many vowels in there. That's the fucking problem. And probably the Mel Gibson tapes, and because that has Opie, Jesus fucking Christ, you cunt. That has Opie and Anthony and my patron saint Patrice O'Neal. So yeah, there's the Holy Trinity right there. Maybe not so much Opie, poor Opie.
Well, I think we have exactly what the doctor ordered then.
Perfect. Yeah, and in Opie's defense, there would be no Anthony without Opie. I know he's a dickhead, but
Absolutely.
yeah, he deserves
Oh,
credit and respect.
Opie is insufferable because he won't recognize who he was and who
Yeah,
he is still today. Is that he was the straight man and he carried the show and he was the perfect foil. And if they only just, and Anthony says this himself, if only they could just put away their fucking shit for long enough, as long as they're in the studio together, then they could have done that for another 10 years.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
And nobody does it better. Nobody's gotten even close. Yeah, it's a shame, but
No,
it
not
is
at
what it
all.
is.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Bitch better have my money.
There's some women who love to be fucking choked. There's some women, talking about the guy punching the girl in the face. There's some women, man, who feel you don't give a fuck about them if you don't, there's some, I'm telling you, to go to the Mel Gibson thing, my girl heard that, her pussy got wet thinking about getting me to that point already.
No, she was thinking about fucking Mel Gibson.
If that was,
Yeah,
if
stop
that was
that there for a second. Like, this is too juicy.
It is, yeah.
It's talking about wet pussies. We can't just skip past that. But there is that thing in women where they fucking love to get you worked up. Like, maybe it's just me. I don't fucking know. But they seem to take a joy in being able to irritate you and bring you to the point of losing your shit. Like,
I've noticed that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not just one. Like, this has been, a constant in my life. And maybe it's me. I don't think it is. But no fucking creature, God or man, can bring me to the level of fucking rage that a woman can. It's just it's never been. I've been annoyed with other men. I've gone into physical fights with other men, but never have they invoked such rage in me that a woman has. And of course, with them being women, you don't have the luxury of simply punching them in the head, like to relieve the stress. You just
like
can't.
You can do with men, yeah.
Yeah, you can, but it gets messy and complicated, And the judge, much as he may have sympathy for you, he's not buying it. It's just one of those things you can't get away with. But yeah, this is why I love Patrice O'Neal, because and only a black man really could come out with this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Because they're they have special privileges that they won't acknowledge. But anyway, I'll shut up. Let's listen to Patrice.
Right.
Road
But
warrior
not this melted version of Mel. this haggard-looking man who I thought he was 70. This fucking Osaka, this bitch has melted the Road Warrior, man. Fucking Tina Turner couldn't beat him, but this bitch beat him.
But what do you think she did? She did something to set him off.
She systematically.
It could have been something really dumb and stupid, but she did something
to
get him to this point.
Do we need to provide context? I don't think everyone knows about the Mel Gibson tapes.
Yeah, sure.
Should we play them?
Oh yeah, but geez, we have to.
Or the highlights?
Yeah, we have to play the highlights now.
All right.
So Mel Gibson was. Everyone knows who Mel Gibson is, of course. So he was married to this. Is she Eastern European? Is she Ukrainian or something?
Yeah.
Was she, or Russian?
Russian, I want to say.
Yeah, so married to this Russian woman, and everything was fine, and then it all went fucking downhill, as there's a high probability that human relationships do. And so everything went to shit, and they were having issues around the child and issues around sex and all those kind of things, and it was getting very acrimonious. And so his wife, in her wisdom, decided to record their private telephone conversations, which again is perfectly natural human behavior. You want to show that the other person is being an absolute cunt. You're a complete angel. And again, that feeds a little bit into auditing as well, because as an auditor, you have the power where you have the camera and the ability to wind the poor cunt on the other end of it up. They're at a distinct disadvantage. But that's what she was doing here. She's essentially, leading him into traps where he's going to lose his shit. So there was at this stage, or they're talking about getting divorced, are they? Or I can't rightly remember, or they are divorced, or
yeah, it's in the process of happening. Yeah,
they're in the process, and so like I think the general consensus was that Mel doesn't come out of it well, but I think he does. Like, so when you dig a little deeper, it kind of tells you a lot about female and male nature. But Mel loses his fucking his shit, and he comes across as a little bit entitled. But Patrice O'Neal's insights are fucking amazing and spot on.
Oh
So
yeah,
maybe,
yeah, and this is why we need to, listen to the source material to, really glean the wisdom from Patrice.
The rant goes on. Now, reportedly, Mel Gibson and his ex-girlfriend now made public. And this morning, legal experts are saying the threats heard on those tapes could land the two-time Oscar winner in jail. CBS News correspondent Ben Tracy has the latest for us this morning. Again, though, we do want to warn you, some of the language here is disturbing.
Yay. It started with one tape.
You look like a heap.
Then another.
You need a bat in the side of the head. How about that?
A third.
You're a using whore.
And now a fourth. Nearly 20 minutes of hate-filled rants. Mel Gibson allegedly threatening his ex-girlfriend Oksana Grigorieva during phone calls she apparently recorded and Radar Online released. The latest, a demand for sex coupled with another threat.
I deserve to be first until I burn the house down. But me first.
Grigorieva wants custody of the couple's 8-month-old daughter. She filed a complaint with police that launched a domestic violence investigation against Gibson. In one recording, he does not deny hitting her.
Hitting a woman when she's holding a child in her hand, breaking her teeth twice in the face. What kind of man is that?
Oh, you're all angry now.
You're gonna get to, you know what? You're gonna answer one day, boy.
That same call includes what seems to be another death threat.
Put you in a rose garden, you. You understand that? Because I'm capable of it.
On the verbal threats alone, Mel Gibson is looking at up to 3 years behind bars.
Yet after all the yelling, Grigorieva and Gibson are now both silent.
There's only one reason why he's not talking, and that's because he's in serious legal jeopardy. I'm sure that his defense attorney is saying to him, you may not speak.
The two are now scheduled to face off in a custody hearing Tuesday. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Los Angeles.
So those are the highlights, basically.
yeah, that's perfectly understandable. People, are shocked by this. Oh my God, how could you say that? How could he possibly say that? The only person who could think along those lines is somebody who's never been involved in a relationship or had a serious disagreement with a woman. I've threatened to fucking destroy the world during many an argument, like I will kill you, I will kill me, I will kill the fucking neighbors. And then generally what happens is, when everything calms down, you have, some of the best sex you've ever had in your life afterwards,
Yeah. It's called a mating ritual.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous cycle to get into, because then you subconsciously the only way you can have great sex is to have horrible fucking arguments beforehand.
To be fair though, right? It's possible that there was some slicing up of those conversations, right?
Yeah, there is. But again, if people listen to Opie and Anthony, you'll have you'll access the entire tapes without the bleeps as well, and it's hilarious. Like and even this shows the patheticness of men, right? Because even when everything has gone to shit, there's still, like, men being the fucking depraved animals we are, there's still the kind of sneaky suggestion of a blowjob. at the end of this, like just throwing it in there, like, yeah, you're really angry, like you should blow me,
I don't know. I never talk to a woman like that and then proceed to put my most valuable member inside of her mouth.
Yeah, we see. We'll calm down eventually. But again, you're talking about a fucking, and it's Mel fucking Gibson, like, one of the fucking wealthiest, most respected, sought after men on the planet. Granted, he's past his fucking prime at this stage. Versus, some random fucking Russian who's possibly half his age. And so as Patrice pointed out, that there may be a possibility that yes, they fell in love, just happenstance, and they bumped into each other in a restaurant. But you don't just bump into Mel Gibson without knowing who the fuck he is. This is for a woman, this is prime man, you know, handsome, influential, wealthy, those, you know, attributes in no particular fucking order there. But he's, you know, prime male and she's, you know, prime female, because for a man, like, you know, for a woman to, you know, pique a man's interest, she really just needs to be, you know, attractive. That will do it. You know, initially anyway, like it won't last very long if it's just going off, you know, physical attractiveness. But initially, like, to have a 3 or 4 month relationship with a woman, that will do it. You know, they don't need to be charming. They don't need to be interesting. They don't need to be intelligent. Good looking will do it for most guys. Not all guys, but for most guys. And this is Mel Gibson. So it's not going to play very well if he shows up with a fucking Norma Foley on his arm, or, you know, a Chuck Schumer's wife on his arm. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? What happened to Mel Gibson? Like, what kind of dirt does this person have on him? Like, so there's an element of, what's the word I'm looking for? A fucking a status symbol. Like, so an attractive young female, again, is a status symbol for Mel Gibson, and it's what people would expect from it. So there has to be some sort of conversation to begin with, or even, you know, if it's not explicit, there has to be an understanding, like in every relationship, like, well, you know, what do we expect from this relationship? Like, what do we want from it? Generally, women are looking for, you know, security, somebody who can protect them and look after them. And men want, you know, a partner. Like, sex is a big part of it. And for women too. I believe there's a rumor floating around that women enjoy sex too, even maybe more so.
Yeah, I heard that one
more so than
times,
men.
yeah.
You know, one orgasm is enough for us, but for women, being that they're never really satisfied, one just isn't enough. You know, they were given the ability to have multiple ones, just to make it more difficult for us poor fucking men. But what do you want more than one for? Like, Jesus Christ. So there had to be some negotiation there of what's expected from these people. And if you marry a Mel Gibson, well, you know, like, as you're marrying road warrior Mel Gibson. You're not marrying 60 fucking 5-year-old Mel Gibson who needs 3 and 4 naps during the day and is grumpy all the fucking time and has no real interest in what you're saying because he can't really hear you to begin with. But in his mind, he's Mel fucking Gibson, and he can click his fingers at any stage and have a gaggle of women arrive on the doorstep, you know. And so as men, you know, we get angry. We are angry. We have the ability to fucking kill at the drop of a hat, but we don't. And that's a miracle in and of itself. Like, and this bitch, the way she talks to him, and knowing that she knows she's recording the conversation, and this calmness about her, this, you know, I think once or twice she kind of loses her shit, but even then you can tell it's rehearsed and it's fucking. It's not natural.
Oh yeah. A lot of what she says is stilted.
Yeah, this is why I refuse to talk to my wife on the phone ever. Yeah, let's listen
to a little bit more.
I believe
Point of rage.
I believe that they have an understanding. I believe when you have an understanding, even with a prostitute, the understanding is I'm paying you for pussy. But it can go wrong if she goes, "You're a fucking, you're paying for pussy, loser," and you go, "You're selling pussy, you fucking cunt."
If you both break the fourth wall and tell the truth.
She broke the fucking using cunt wall, and then he broke you are a using cunt. She's a using cunt, but she did something using cunty.
Yeah. What do you think it is?
He said it. He alluded to it. He paid for her ridiculous music career.
Dumb music.
She probably sings like Yoko Ono.
She does. We heard some of her. Yeah, we got it.
And he's paying hundreds of thousands because he's just supporting her.
It's loungy music. It's like James Bond type of music to start a James Bond movie.
She's a good-looking, baby-carrying dick sucker. who welched on her deal.
Who are you, Mel Gibson?
She welched on her deal.
You think she was?
She became.
She started thinking she was more than more than what she really is.
She was there to take a punch. If that motherfucker didn't get nominated for Apocalypto, she was there to get kicked right in her pussy. All of a sudden, ouchie, it hurts. It's like, bitch, you are here to get kicked in the pussy here. Yes. Suck my dick. She was a fucking kept pet.
But I think.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
No.
Go. Well, I want to get into tape 4, but go.
I think Mel also. Don't forget he was married for 28 years. I'm sure he had probably. I would guess he had fucked. I mean, maybe he was a faithful guy. I don't know. But when you're married for that many years through the success of your career, I think Mel is a little out of practice with dealing with these chicks. But he probably read this chick like Mel. Had he been fucking a bunch of different broads all along and getting in out of relationships, probably never would have had this happen. Yeah. This is the first one out of 28 years. She's a hot, younger piece of ass.
Why would he have a kid with her?
He's a dumb motherfucker. Exactly.
Because he welched, too. He fucking liked her. Yeah. This is what happened. They ended up liking each other. Right. He tried to destroy what she is. A fucking a fucking kept woman.
Yeah.
Which is, no one keeps a woman with kids. Like, a kept woman is not a woman with kids. You fall for a woman with kids. You know what I mean? You don't go in and go, I'm going to just take care of you. And because you have to gallivant all around the world with this bitch. This is in first class. This is my hot chick. She gets on the plane with sunglasses. And she has a Louis Vuitton bag and her dog, and she's a cunt, and he's sitting there all disheveled and old, and he's a fucking idiot. And it's like, he fell for her. She fell for him.
Trips to Florida.
She welched and he welched, and then
because he didn't need to have a kid with her. He has 8 or 9 kids. I think
he played her out.
Yeah.
He usually comes in the face, but one day he felt connected.
And said, what the hell?
Got her pregnant and said, I love you. He fucking slipped up, and then she said, I love you too, Melvin. And then fucking they had this kid, and they probably holding it up with 2 fingers by the collar, like, ugh. And the baby's just turning around slowly in a circle in his hand, like, what is this? They're both looking at it, pushing it with their feet. Like, what is this thing we did? Oh, and now it's like, yuck.
Now he's in hell.
Now it's
what is this thing we did?
With that,
how it's slowly turning.
Yeah.
Between the thumb
like
and
a wind chime. Yeah. And it's just like, and she's blowing on it. And like,
when you pick up a napkin with a substance on it, you're not sure if it's jelly or cum.
Hey, with that, let's get into tape 4. We played this late in the show yesterday, but with Patrice here, we'll get another.
See, this is where Opie shines. It's like, hey, hang on, let's do a show now. Yeah.
Angle on this whole thing.
Wow.
I don't like the way he talks to her.
Tape number 4, I think, is our favorite now, right?
Tape number 4.
Tape 4 rules.
Before we go into this, I am absorbed by this.
It's
the greatest thing ever.
Greatest
in entertainment.
Hollywood tape or whatever scandal thing that I've ever heard.
But even the people who are supposed to attack him,
right?
Okay, should start off with like, holy shit, this is great.
Yes, that's what we're waiting for from the mainstream media.
Great. Like, I know they have to attack him, but there's articles coming out with the headlines like, hey, why aren't people mad enough? It seems like people aren't mad enough, and I think it's because of the almost childlike perfection of his rage, man.
Jesus, Danny. Took us out of the show again.
And I'll tell you another reason people aren't as mad is because on some level people know they are fucking being voyeuristic scumbags.
Yes.
Yeah. Looking into a guy's living room the same way they did with Alec Baldwin, the same way they did with Dog the Bounty Hunter. Michael Richards different, that was public. But people understand that they're being voyeuristic pieces of shit.
Patrice is making a great point. This is, as a human being, you're like, no, I know, but I'm just backing up both of you guys. That this is a holy shit as a human being, and they don't acknowledge
you got to step back for a second just to enjoy it and go, oh my God, this is amazing. And then you can be like,
even the people who are going to judge him, and you know, the professionals, Dr. Drew, and all these fucking traitors who are going to call him narcissistic, and because like Dr. Drew never wanted to call a girl a cunt. It's like the lying, it bothers me to such a degree. Right. Like you, this guy, man.
Yeah, let's get into this. Here it is, tape number 4.
Total idea. What the fuck do you hope to accomplish with that? What are you hoping to accomplish with that? What, are you gonna pay me back? If you do that, it's over. It's over now. Fuck you. How dare you act like such a bitch when I'm being so fucking nice.
I'm being so
fucking nice.
Well, that looks like a problem.
Huh?
that surveillance tape looks like a problem. There's someone with a gun to their head and 4 African-American gentlemen holding guns on
Where
people.
was it? ATM?
I guess so, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes. That looked scary.
He, by the way, me and Patrice were talking about this. He must be in the best shape, Mel Gibson, because anyone would have just had a stroke and died.
Oh, with the heavy breathing and
With
the screaming like
the
that.
screaming.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't yell like that without fainting, just for the lack of blood in your head.
What are you talking about? The first hour of the show, you were yelling like that.
Not quite. I wasn't Mel mad.
You was play emotion, and it still could probably raise your.
Yeah. You just get to the point where it's like, I want to make my point, so I'll yell it 4 times.
I was doing Mel Gibson impressions. You talk to people, and it's just like you're laughing. You know, you're talking with your friends. Like, Jesus, you hear me? It's like, ugh. And you do that even fake. It's like you go, oh wait,
hyperventilating. You're fucking you get lightheaded. How he's doing this without a blood vessel just fucking bursting is
so
astounding.
Fucking mad, but he's.
Something that was I'm sure at some other point they analyzed it, but this comment about her being so fucking nice as it was like a devious strategy on her part. This is what I've noticed is the kind of the Mott and Bailey technique of a woman in an argument is to suddenly turn into a fucking angel, and you're the one being a fucking lunatic. And from an outside observer's perspective, you need to be locked up.
It's a fucking evolutionary strategy, like so. We don't stand a fucking chance, That's why I wish like we did have equality, because then it would be fucking great, like so, give me a woman who can, has a good chance of kicking my ass, and give me the psychological weapons that women hold, and then it would be a fair fight. But that's a real thing where women will play it cool and calm, especially if company happens to arrive while you're in the midst of a fucking rage, like. And as a man, like where Mel is in this instance, you can't bring yourself back down. A team of fucking hostage negotiators couldn't bring you down. You're full on primal fucking rage. But women, like a woman could be in the same primal rage with you, but then somebody enters frame and it's like, okay, and scene. Oh, I don't understand why you're being so angry. It's like, and you just appear as this fucking crazy fucking monster. Like, it's a true fucking skill, and you'd like to think that it's peculiar to particular women, but it's not. It's definitely fucking not. Maybe men possess that ability as well, but I don't. I don't have that level of control over my emotions. I can't go from rage to serene in 10 seconds. If I'm in a rage, it stays with me for the fucking day. If I have to go somewhere afterwards, it's like, what's wrong with the grumpy cunt over there? Why is he being so quiet? It's because I'm still fucking fuming. Like,
processing.
Yeah,
as well.
it's rough, but you learn over time. You manage to deal with it and try your best to avoid those situations, unless you're in the mood for some great sex, then you'll just roll with it, knowing that it will pass and the makeup will come. You deliberately muted yourself. Yeah, but with Mel, I don't think there was any makeup sex after this, or maybe there was, or maybe there wasn't. I don't know. But yeah, they're right, like, because we get to, you know, peep in like voyeurs into Mel's world. But I think if people are
Yeah.
honest, you know, God forbid, if somebody picked up some of my arguments over the fucking years, like it's got to be like, it's just horrible to have your dirty laundry aired like that, especially if you're someone of the caliber and stature of Mel Gibson, and what went before it as well. So we had the whole problem with the fucking Jew thing as well. I think that was prior to this, wasn't it? So it's already in Hollywood's bad books. But even after this, like, there's a redemption arc for Mel Gibson, and he's back. He's back to himself now, where it's kind of it's okay to question the you know who's. I signed a contract to say that I wouldn't mention the you know who's or say other naughty words, like deliberately anyway, so that they might slip out. But yeah, hard for Mel. But this is a perfect fucking study case for all men and all women everywhere. This should be used during couples counseling, you know. Just sit down and listen to this and explore what's actually really going on here. Like, it's amazing. Let's carry on. We'll see. There's more rage to come from Mel, isn't there? Like, and we'll see if we can pick up some wisdom from it along the way as well.
Still, even in his, this is accepting your responsibility. Even in his rage, he would calm down if he just accepted what he did. If he just goes, you know, I'm right now, I'm trying to hold on to my dominance in a relationship. She, at some point, and my girl, she's been around a long time. I used to be completely she's enamored, and I'm like king fucking whatever. And after a while, your bitch starts to go, look at this fat idiot. And you're fighting to maintain her looking at you like, you know, the same.
Right.
Because you don't look at her the same, she don't look at you the same. So, but you try to at least keep that kind of coolness. But Oksana discovered something to make her go, you're just, look at you. Yeah. You're not Mad Max anymore. You're not even Riggs. You're Edge of Darkness, and you suck.
You're the man with two faces and one of them's wrinkled.
Yes. Look at you. You got fucking hair plugs. Your hair's dry. I've been watching Mel Gibson. He's not... Mel Gibson was a gorgeous motherfucker when he was younger, man.
His hair's dry?
It's dry. It's that dry...
I know what you're talking about.
Leaving me just dead hair.
Dry leaving me?
That mattress stuffing, which is just like Bruce Willis cut it all off and oil it up.
Well, death starts...
Wait,
Patrice,
is the movie called...
Death starts with your hair.
It does. You're dead, you know.
Death starts with your hair.
Go to a Mad Max picture.
It's all moisturized. Look at that.
Mel Gibson's shiny. Mel Gibson's beautiful, man.
There's conditioner in there. Look at
his hair in that.
That's some moist hair right there.
He could do a Pantene commercial.
That's moist.
He could do a fucking Pantene commercial.
And that's just from being in Australia.
Yeah.
Just Australian hair.
Right.
He probably put some fucking some koala shit on his head every morning, and it looked good.
Eucalyptus oil.
and now he's just...
Oh, boy. And then you see that it's starting to dry out.
Turn into the
bit.
Unabomber, and he's just like, eyes don't blink.
He looks like Bobby Fischer right before he died. He's just a crazy Jew hater.
Here's an idea. How about Patrice's R-word story?
R-word? What's that? Remind me?
I think you know it. Oh, statutory.
Oh, yeah. Let's finish out the Mel, because I want to talk as well. Like, so, Patrice there is mentioning the whole dynamic about dominance in the relationship between Mel and Oksana. So, what people, if you're not familiar with Patrice O'Neal, and his logic around relationships, you're essentially dealing with pimp logic. So that's where Patrice's view on relationships comes from. So a mixture of pimp logic and BDSM relationships. So Patrice was, how can we say it, a dirtbird, like in Dublin slang. So Patrice was into swinging, into BDSM. So his relationship with his woman, they would other women would come in to the relationship, and they would go to wife swapping parties. And he has that kind of background in pimp logic. So that's what frames everything with Patrice O'Neal. And that would turn a lot of people off. And people hear, you know, BDSM and pimp logic, and they go, okay, well, that's just disgusting. Especially in this day and age we live in. It's like, well, you know, that's just he's an awful man. Like, there's no consent involved. He's exploiting women. But when people get past that, there is a you know, an actual logic to pimp logic, and the same with BDSM relationships. The whole dynamic between dominance and submission, and recognizing that within a relationship, and to talk openly about it. Like, on first inspection, it's just, people just go, oh, that's just fucked up. Like, it's you know, he must be a monster. But it fucking works. Like, so people always, you know, have this notion, well, I don't understand. Like, how can one man have, you know, 10 or 15 women work for him and go out there and sell their bodies and give all their money to this particular man? It's because, you know, there's deep-seated fucking psychology at work. And it's best that men understand this, not so they can, you know, abuse women. And it's best that women understand this as well. Because it can help you deeply in your relationships, and how to attract, get, and keep women in the first place. And the same for women. Like, if you understand your basic evolutionary psychology, and can honestly talk with a woman, a man to woman or woman to man, what you actually want and expect from a relationship, it can save you a lot of fucking pain. It's not going to save you all pain, but it can save you a lot of pain and misunderstanding if you have a rough idea of what you're getting into, if you know the dynamics between people to begin with. But again, there's still no guarantee, because, you know, just life happens, and you're always thrown curveballs. But sounds like I'm now telling people to explore the world of BDSM and pimping. But if you're going to follow up and listen to Patrice O'Neal, you'll come to know that about him anyway. And some of the stories he has are fucked up, like beyond the pale, and stuff that I could never envision myself ever doing or want to do. But the man, like, is a savage. But behind that, there's a deep fucking wisdom, and deep knowledge, and an honesty that is fucking rare and should be cherished. And his use of the word cunt is glorious. I think we should put something in our constitution where we protect that word above all words. And if we lose that word cunt, we're fucking doomed. Like,
yeah.
All right, so let's see if we can hear Mel rage on a little bit.
And he's now insane. But, you know, you see, you know, I was kicking, you know, my girl says immediately, oh, shit.
Just more black people fighting on the news and getting into trouble. This is like
a court date, though. Somebody's attacking a suspect.
Court date ends in brawl.
Bitch better have my money.
Great discussion, but what the fuck happened to the Mel Gibson tape number 4?
I think we should break and go back to it.
Yeah, we're going to go right back into the Mel Gibson tape number 4 after the break, okay? And as we go to break, we're going to play the Shining thing that D-Boy came up with.
That shit's funny, man.
And fucking whatwouldtylerdurdendo.com put it on the fucking front page today.
That shit's hilarious.
That's a big hit for the Opie Anthony show, D-Boy.
In wrapping up, I just want to, you're right about people who galvanize races are killed. And I just wanted to congratulate you. You're going to be 150 before you die. I wasn't sure how that was going to come out. I kind of tripped to the finish line.
It still works. WWTDD.com if you want to hear this again, but here it is on our show right now. D-Boy's Mel Shining thing.
Such an embarrassment to me. You look like a fucking bitch on heat. And if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault.
Yes.
All right? Okay? I don't want you.
What are you talking about?
I don't believe you anymore. I don't trust you. I don't love you.
I just want to go back to my room.
I don't want you. Okay? But I don't want you anymore.
I'm very confused.
Fucking listen to me.
I just need a chance to think things over.
Listen to my fucking ranting. Listen to what you do to me. You make my life so fucking difficult.
Don't hit me.
You don't care. You don't care. I'm threatening. I'll put you in a fucking rose garden, you cunt. You understand that?
The Opie and Anthony Show on the virus. Sirius XM.
Damn show is flying by today. Patrice O'Neal in studio. Now, we're going to get right into the Mel Gibson tape.
Yes.
Tape number 4. We played it late in the show yesterday. We're going to play it again here so we could really enjoy it and get Patrice's take on it.
Bask in
And then
it.
Sam runs down the hall during the break and goes, tape number 5 being released at 9:30 this morning.
No fucking
And you know
way.
that the Today Show led today by saying, are these tapes real? They're even confused. Like, at this point, are these fucking tapes real?
It's doing too much damage.
And we believe
to
on
him.
this show that they have to be real, but they're questioning it because
Yes.
it's so unbelievable to everybody.
I have Mel Gibson from Australia on the phone. We'll talk to him.
And also, the remix is coming in like crazy from one person. D-Boy is becoming a international
amazing.
star at this point.
D-Boy's amazing.
His shining remix is on whatwould We just played it for you. But now we got Tiger Woods calling Mel Gibson.
Wow.
We got Dog the Bounty Hunter
Nice.
calling Mel
Passport.
Gibson.
Uh-oh.
So we got a lot of shit to do. So we should jump right into tape number 4 here so we can
Yeah.
play the remixes after that, okay?
Let's hear Mel Gibson. This is tape number 4.
And tape number 5 coming out in about an hour, and we'll certainly play it as soon as we get it. But first, tape number 4 once again.
Total idea. What the fuck do you hope to accomplish with that? What are you hoping to accomplish with that? What, are you going to pay me back? If you do that, it's over. It's over now. Fuck you. How dare you act like such a bitch when I'm being so fucking nice?
I did not blame you.
You said I was mean. You were fucking annoyed at me. For what reason? I
What?
did nothing but be nice to you.
What?
I've done nothing but be nice to you.
I didn't blame you last
Now,
night.
what are you little bitch this morning for?
I wasn't doing anything.
What did I do? And you said, oh, also earlier today never mind. What the fuck were you going to say?
Mel is being a little unreasonable.
We've been saying it all along. We're amazed that Mel Gibson has to put up with this shit.
He's Mel.
He's Mel fucking Gibson.
But it's the old Mel Gibson now.
Oh yeah, with the dry hair.
It's not the.
I forgot.
Not
yes.
Road Warrior.
Not the moist
Mad
hair.
Max. Mad Max.
His hair's a little dry.
I wasn't going to say about any earlier today. It's just, I was going to say about last night. That's all.
I let you sleep.
Fucking
That's
hyperventilating.
my fucking mistake. I should have woke you up and said, fucking blow me, bitch. I should have fucking woken you up and said, blow me. You would have liked that better, yeah? You need the goddamn sleep.
We were supposed to go to jacuzzi, and you said you have to wait for something.
So why did you have to wait?
You said.
You go to the goddamn jacuzzi.
I'm afraid it's dark outside.
Fuck it.
Look right there.
I love that.
This is how you know this is not all her. Every time she does make a point, which anyone will do, Mel dismisses it. She, what about that? And Mel was like, fuck it.
Well, it's dark outside. I'm scared. Fuck it. Get out there. Blow me.
All Mel is doing is throwing roundhouse punches, and every time she effectively blocks one, instead of going, oh, okay, you blocked one, he just backs up and goes, all right, and then uppercuts.
He just keeps
He's just
coming
looking
in.
for ins.
But she's attacking him with what annoys him. Is her lack of lack of humanity.
No,
he's
man.
so mad.
Well, she has
You
her
said-
agenda.
You said
take
we
this
were
whole
going
fucking
to
thing.
jacuzzi. We go to jacuzzi.
Yeah, she sounds like Michio Kaku when
But
she
if that
argues.
wasn't
Yeah.
how, if that wasn't how she argued, then he would go, "What the bitch? What is this?
Are you taping me? Yeah, that's true.
Like that's what she does.
Yeah.
She was being her. What man? Dismissive. Jacuzzi.
It's all nice when they were in the sweetheart phase, you know. Mel, that's wonderful that you do for me. I love you. I love you too. It's wonderful. Fabulous. and then it's just like, oh, Mel, I was go to jacuzzi.
God, fuck.
Why would that be a problem?
I don't know. He's mad, though.
He's mad about the
He's
jacuzzi.
fucking mad.
She started getting rights.
Yes.
Somewhere in that relationship, she slowly got her rights, and he lost it, but he didn't catch that she was getting her rights when it just one day she woke up and she had rights.
Oh my God, she's got rights. Yeah.
I just waited for you. I waited and waited till I fell asleep, and then
Waited like 2.5 fucking minutes. You're fucking snoring. Don't you dare wake. You're blaming me right now. Now I'm blaming you. You went to sleep.
I don't blame you.
I deserve to be blown first before the fucking jacuzzi.
The greatest thing.
I can't. Oh my God. He's angry about this.
Yeah, he deserved to be blown. Of course. Like, see how simple we are. Like, how easy we are to please. That's all it fucking takes. It's like, suck my dick, shut the fuck up, make me a cup of tea, and we're
Wait
happy.
for more than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Now, bitch, now.
It's such a bizarre thing to have a fucking fight about, honestly.
But that's it, because he fucking, he must know he can have it elsewhere, or that's how it was. Like, that's how it's always fucking been. Like, so,
Right.
and again, we know the honeymoon phase of any relationship. It's like, you do whatever you can, like, or to please the other person in the relationship. So again, like, you're presenting your best fucking self. So if Mel wants blowjobs, he probably got blowjobs on demand. It's like, suck my dick, yes, Mel. Tickle my toes, yes, Mel. Yes, Mel, yes, Mel, yes, Mel.
Yeah, this sense of privilege doesn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this is the relationship that they built over the course of however long, and suddenly the rules have changed.
Yeah, and now it's like she's comfortable. So they've probably fallen in love. He's in love with her. Look how angry he fucking is. Like, somebody
You
you
only,
don't, someone you
you
don't
only
care
get
about.
that angry about,
Person you love. You can only be, to get that angry, you have to be very comfortable with somebody. To let them see that fucking side of you. So he's furious. So he's still thinking back to the days of, oh, well, I would just click my fingers and off she'd run over to him and get on her knees and suck his dick. And now he's having to chase it, So he's having to beg. He's turned into that guy who has to, beg his wife for a blowjob. Please, it's my birthday. It's our anniversary. Please, I beg you. Would you mind? So if you ever have to ask your wife or your partner for a blowjob, you're done. Like, it's, a click of the finger should be enough.
Or you get into a mood together, and then it just happens naturally. But
sometimes it's like, sometimes you just want a pint. You don't want to go to the pub. Sometimes you just want a blowjob just to help you relax of an evening, and you don't want to do the whole kind of fucking romance thing. And the same for women. Sometimes they just want their pussy, But the difference but the difference is a man will, eat a fucking random pussy just because it's pleasurable, It doesn't have to be in the mood for it. It's like, yeah, you want your pussy eaten? Yeah, no problem. Give me 5 minutes and just let me clean up here, have a shave. I'll be with you presently. There's very few women who'd have to beg a man for a blowjob, or the other way around. So I think the nature of the relationship has changed, but it may not be reasonable. to demand blowjobs on command, you know, unless you've come to that arrangement previously. And if that is the case and that's broken down, well then, you know, something as drastic as obviously fucking changed. But he's not in his right mind anyway. He's fucking furious. So you talk all sorts of shit when you're in that level of rage. Nothing makes sense. He's regressed to a 6-year-old where, you know, I want my toys now. I want it now. It's Willy Wonka. I want it now, Daddy. Like, I want the golden blowjob now.
Let's go back to it.
Thing ever said by a man, right there.
I deserve to be blown first before
I
the
challenge you.
jacuzzi.
That is the greatest thing ever said by a man.
When you think of the problems in the world, like there literally are kids who have flies crawling on their mouths, and then like if aliens came here and they just looked at all human problems, and they went from someone with a fly on their mouth and then just fucking panned over to Mel. I deserve to be blown before the jacuzzi.
Is this greater than one step for?
Oh my God! One step for Mel, one time. Of course.
I think like we're missing a trick here. Like this is how all fucking like negotiations should begin with. Like, so you have the problem in Ukraine, but you know, Ukraine, Europe, Russia, the States. So we get every leader into a room, and before the negotiations begin, everyone gets a blowjob. More relaxed. It's, you know, more conducive to agreement. You don't want someone going in there all tense. The previous night before, the wife would give him a blowjob. So, you know, it's just generally it's a more serene space, I think, after you've received. And it has to be a good blowjob as well, because there's only one thing worse than not getting a blowjob, and that's getting a poor blowjob. You know, chapped lips or some issue with the saliva glands. Yeah. Just a thought. I should keep notes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Line is right up there.
Right up there?
Yeah. Ich bin ein
How can this be
Berliner.
fake? If this is a fake thing, it has to be put up for some kind of Oscar. Because no one says that. No one says that in improv.
This has to be put in a time capsule.
He would be
for other
sitting-
generations.
If this was fake, he would be sequestered somewhere right now, going, I can't believe they're still fucking believing this when I said, blow me before the jacuzzi. Like that line, if I had said that as a joke and people believed it, I'd be amazed. Amazed that people would believe that a human would say something that silly.
Didn't he say, too, you could hear she talks over because she is very rude, interrupting this amazing tirade.
Yes.
Boy, Jimmy.
Doesn't he say, like, that one part, can we hear that again?
Oh,
I think
we
she
went
goes
backwards.
Didn't she go, like, you blew me? He goes, you blew me, you fell asleep without blowing me. He says it again before he says you deserve.
Yes.
The first time he says it.
Let me go way back then.
It's like a second before it.
Oh, it is? All right, let's pick it up here.
For what is she? The part that's the thing. She said the thing where she goes, oh my God, fuck it, play it. Because there's something she says and I still don't get. Because I don't get it.
Part of it is this. I think she fell asleep before they fucked around.
Yes, that's what. Yeah,
Mel is one of these guys who he's really feeling like he feels sexually rejected, and it's like I used to do that in relationships where if I didn't get what I wanted sexually, I would brood, and I would brood, and then the next day everything she'd go, "How you doing? Fine." And I would wait for her to know that she didn't do what I wanted her to do sexually. I was really hurt and selfish, but I was angry. And it was like she would do something else, like, not get me the right kind of sandwich. I'd be like, what the fuck? That's not what I asked for. All coming from this night before. And that's where that rage
about...
What
was the 2-minute thing?
You were sleeping 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever. He apparently had to do something. So he left the room.
He was excited to go into the bedroom and get a little action.
He said
but she was
2.5
asleep in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes, he came back. She goes, well, you left for a while. And he goes, a while? It was 2.5 minutes. He comes back, and she's snoring. He said something like snoring.
Yes, we are slowly uncovering this thing.
Yes.
Again, I think...
She changed the contract.
She fucking... In that, she starting to treat him like an old man
with dry hair.
Keep
going with the dry hair thing.
And that's her job was not to treat him like that. Her job was to fucking make him feel like, and there's one of the tapes where he goes, "I want a woman to make me feel
like a man."
Man. And he has no soulmate, but because he's a fucking billionaire sociopath who now Dick doesn't get raging hard. He doesn't get Road Warrior hard no more.
Road Warrior.
And he needs a girl that accepts that his dick is a little bendy.
Dick needs that brace like the Road Warrior had on his leg.
He needs love. He needs somebody that loves his dry hair.
But he's also here's where he fucked up and changed the contract. She is expecting Mel Gibson to be Mel Gibson and go, "It's time for some fucking stupid." Instead, every time she rejects him, he's like, "Oh, come on."
Yep.
She wasn't ready for, "Oh, come on." She's like, "Oh, no."
Yeah.
He's like every guy I've fucked. He's like, she owns him. He should own her, but he doesn't. She owns him sexually, and he resents it.
Women want you to talk. Women want you to talk the relationship from suicide. They're willing to take, but they want. I'm telling you, man. My girl finds this to be. She wants to get me to that point because it seems like it means something. But it's like they do that. They fucking do that anytime. Like my girl. Now she talks, right? She talks a lot. And she repeats things 50 times because she's like, "I'm talking. And there's nothing anybody can do about it." And I gotta go, "Bitch, listen, man, you gotta shut up." And then she goes, "See?" And I go, "Look, the only thing I can do is leave. Because I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm telling you, you're trying to be abusive. You're trying to move into a position that ain't going to allow our relationship to exist. You being better than me. Mm-hmm. You can't live like that. Women can't live with a guy that's not better than them." So when she tries to start talking and here's what happened, and then I go, and she goes, "Oh, let me finish." I go, "Okay, so I see where you're going, cunt. You're spreading your wings, huh? You think you're fucking, Prince of Zamunda, ho? Like you think now you explore with me? Explore by yourself, you fucking."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hit on a great point there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So people always have this fucking question in their head, like, why do women stay with violent men? And that's what he just hit upon there. I remember talking to an older woman who was in a series of fucking bad relationships where she was actually beaten to a pulp on numerous occasions. And so, me being me, I'd rather than say, "Oh, that's fucking terrible." So I said, "Well, what was that about? Why did you stay in the relationship?" And so we were talking for about 10 more minutes, and then she told me that she thought that meant that he loved her. So because he was willing to beat the shit out of her, that showed her just how much that she meant to him, that she was able to bring him to that state where I think it was because, she threatened to leave him and he beat her up because he didn't want her to leave. That meant to her that, Jesus, he must really love me if he beats the fucking shit out of me, And that's so fucked up. Like, it's monumentally fucked up. And I think most women would never be able to bring themselves to admit that. And that would be a great fucking help for men because it wouldn't encourage men to, well, maybe it would. I don't know. Like it's Saturday night. It's beat the shit out of your wife night,
Yeah, just keep her topped up,
Yeah, but that's again going back to Patrice and his BDSM, and that's where that might actually be of use. Where if you have ritualized beatings, hear me out.
God, okay.
But it's controlled, much like MMA. We recognize that there's an inherent need within most men to, beat each other up. But if you have a governing body and strict rules that are adhered to and strong penalties in the event that you go beyond the pale, much like BDSM would have, safe words thrown in there as well, it may, satisfy both of those needs, a man's need to be aggressive and dominant and a woman's need to be submissive and have that threat of violence, and for the man to be to be strong and to be able to control, but safely. Because let's face it, no woman really respects a wet wipe of a man. Like we see it in numerous, I'm sure people see it in their own lives where, if the woman is in full control of the relationship and the husband or boyfriend, tags along as like some fucking puppy. Like when push comes to shove, as soon as she's off to the fucking out with her friends, like she's looking for that kind of strong alpha guy, and she'll have an affair with him, So yeah, but again, I find it hard. I don't think the average woman could bring herself to admit that that she secretly longs for a man to beat the living shit out of her.
I don't think you have to go that far. I mean, what really does it for me with Patrice is what he just touched upon. Basically, the relationship can't survive if you're better than me. Because you need someone to be better than you. It's a real fucking thing,
Yeah, and it's much more prevalent now, where a lot of women are, financially stronger than men. It's a real thing, and it's harder for women to find that man. If you're earning 150, 200 grand a year, it's a small pool of men that are earning the million, where you're willing to, for lack of a better word, submit. And it has to be recognized that, women, want to submit to a man, because when push comes to shove, like we talk about the violence, and that's ultimately where a lot of things end up in human relationships. When everything else falls to pieces, it's a case of like who's physically stronger in any given scenario,
Yeah.
So on a psychological level, women will need that. And for men as well, like, as a man, if your woman is earning more money than you, if she happens to be physically stronger or, intellectually superior than you, the man can't be happy in the relationship either. And it doesn't mean that you have to get involved with some fucking, homeless dummy just so you can feel safe and secure in your relationship, But again, in a world where, that's no longer the case, if we're to have successful relationships, well, then I think we need to come up with novel ideas of how to approach it. Or it's a case where we flip the whole fucking script on its head. It seems to be happening that, like JD Vance said earlier, that everybody becomes some sort of androgynous dummy, or sexless even. That would probably be how the future will turn out. Governments, and they've always seemed to, and not only governments, but any sort of institution that thrives on power seems to like to poke their nose into fucking people's sexual relationships, be it the Catholic Church or the new Puritans. Maybe that's the future. Just an androgynous blob of people who don't engage in sex. Or maybe the chips can sort that out for us. We can just have an app that links to your phone and just have a little orgasm button, and you can just press it repeatedly. And Elon will make that happen for us. Yeah, but just seriously though, like it's a great point he made, and that's the genius of Patrice O'Neal, because in language that's easily understandable, he gets across the most fucking profound, complex ideas that psychologists will charge you fucking thousands to figure out, and 3 years down the line, this guy just in a joke.
Oh, he had his own advice show that came on after Opie and Anthony, and that's where his advice really shines in a condensed form.
Yeah, the black
The
fella.
man calls up and asks, "Hey, I've got this situation going on with my girl," and he just bulldozes right through the false problem and gets to the real problem behind it.
Yeah.
This new world without me. You're not going to explore on me. That's what she did to Mel. She explored, and he flinched. She went like this with the pretending to hit him, and he went, "Oh," and she said, "Oh, this scared motherfucker. You can't flinch with these bitches." You have to mentally abuse them. You can't. They won't settle for less.
What a great. The way they talk about it is the power shift in the relationship, where the dominant person then becomes the submissive person, and then the whole rest of the relationship you're fighting to get your old job
bullshit,
back.
But you ain't getting it back.
You flinch. Good way to put it.
Get out of there.
Done.
Leave.
Great way to put it. Great way to put it.
With that, let's go back to the tape.
And then
Waited like 2.5 fucking minutes. You're fucking snoring. Don't you dare wait. You're blaming me right now. Now I'm blaming you. You went to sleep.
I don't blame you.
I deserve to be blown first before the fucking jacuzzi. Until I burn the goddamn house down.
Oh,
but
God.
blow me first. How dare you? How fucking dare you?
How dare her? How? Then he punctuates it with all she has to do is suck his dick, and he'd be nice Mel again.
How dare she?
Now
by
you
the
get
way.
this
Now,
equipment from
there is,
Radio Shack, by the
also
way.
everyone said, there's only one other time I've ever heard somebody threaten to burn a house down because of something so ridiculous. And it was some guy who was having difficulty with his microphone. On a radio show. Ring any bells?
Yeah, I think
Do you have that
I think
clip?
it's still on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, hang on.
With that, yeah. So we're all brought to rage. You know, yeah, it's rejection, really, isn't it? Like it's being rejected, be it from a woman or a microphone that won't work. It's the, it's the rejection that kills us and brings us to that level of fucking rage. Yeah, but it's completely ridiculous. Like, some fucking deserve to be blown. But maybe he does. Like, you know, maybe we're just we're not recognizing it, that we all deserve to be blown. Really, it should be a human right, you know. It should be in the charter there, like, you know. Number 5 in the Human Rights Charter, the right to be blown. At least once, I don't know, what be good? Once a week, once a day, maybe blowjob day or blowjob week. Pride gets a month. Like, surely we can set aside a week for blowjobs. Come on. And we can make it equal, you know. If you receive one, you have to give one, you know. It's like that giving thing that Oprah Winfrey did as well, you know. random acts of kindness, random blowjobs of kindness. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Well, it'd be a much better world. No.
Yeah, look, you know, we have to figure it out somehow, you know, like you said yourself.
Yeah, you have like concerts and you know, campaigns, like live, instead of Live Aid, we could have live blowjob, you know, where Bob Geldof can get on stage and start giving blowjobs to poor starving Africans. Like, get the money.
You know what? I don't have the clip. It's probably somewhere buried deep into the archives there, but
yeah, don't worry about it.
There's no finding it.
We'll find it. We'll have a special place to keep it for such events, like when anyone's being burn the fucking house down. But that's just it, like, you know, it's like the rage fucking lives within us. Like, you can't legislate against it. It's there for a good fucking reason, you know.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not a great challenge line, like, you know.
I don't know, man. I see some things that some women put up with, and I think actually, you know, it would work on a lot of people. I had a friend, a very base personality from Belgium. Spent a lot of his life growing up in Ireland, and I would be out in the town with him doing whatever, you know, going to places or just walking around, even with the dogs. And sometimes he would see a woman that he finds attractive. So he would wolf whistle. And I would try to put as much physical distance between myself and him as possible. And at some point I just said, dude, can you not do that when you're in my company? And he said, what's the problem? You know, some of them like it. And like, wait, what? No, I don't think so. And he said, you know, yeah, actually, a few times I wolf whistled at a woman on the street, and she turned around and said, how are you doing? So, you know,
Yeah.
horses for courses.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit like whipping your dick out and waving it around, isn't it? Like, you know, eventually someone's going to respond positively. Yeah, I don't know. That wolf whistle's very 1970s.
Yeah.
I don't know if
it's an awfully weird one.
Yeah. But I suppose it can be flattering, couldn't it? Like, if, you know.
I mean, you know, I think it should be, you know, someone's recognizing your beauty.
Yeah. But again, it's, yeah, I suppose, isn't there campaigns against that, like to stop that wolf whistling and complimenting women and opening doors and looking at them and talking to them, generally leaving the house. Isn't there politicians in the UK who call for curfews for men as well, so women feel safe walking the streets?
Yeah, a woman went missing, and nobody even figured out what happened to her before that politician stood up and said, right, that's it, we need to lock men up. You know, God knows she could have left because she was sick of everyone in her life and wanted something new. Or she could have been murdered by a woman, possibly. That happens.
Yeah. No, just keep the man inside and then everything will be safe, you know.
Yeah, everything will be okay. Yeah, fuck that. All right, back to Philip.
I don't know. What is this? What's going on? Like, how is she doing this?
It's a really good recording, right?
Phone recorder.
Yeah, she fucking set this up in advance.
She must have
nicely for herself.
This is tremendous.
She obviously had somebody help her out.
Yeah, hell fucking yes.
This dummy.
She wouldn't be able to figure this out on her own, right?
She's just giggling at him.
How amazing is it to yell at somebody and be serious? Like, that's how Mel Gibson-y he is, to go, you fell asleep without blowing me. Like, I would think that, but never actually say it to a chick.
Fucking house down. Blow me.
I deserve to be
How dare
blown
you.
before the fucking jacuzzi.
He said, how dare you.
He's so mad. He's so...
How dare you?
Like he insulted his mother. Like, how dare you not blow me?
That's when God invented emotions. It's like he's as close to godly mad as have you ever been that fucking
Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I can't say.
And expressed it.
Yes, for real. But that goes into, I hate to say that the tiny rageaholic, but that's where rage is just fueling itself, and it's not about the argument anymore. It's about anger making you angrier. It's about the anger it's the high of being angry as opposed to the issue.
The maddest I've ever been with my woman. Now, we went to get her. She needed a new car, a new something to drive. It was the choice of, the money was a brand new car, these cheaper cars, brand new, or an old truck. She wanted badly a truck, but she kept saying to me, what should I do? I said, I think you should use this money to get a brand new car. But I want a truck. But what do you think? What? And she did that 75 times until my head got so filled up with blood of mad at what she was doing. And I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? And we talked about it yesterday because this Mel Gibson shit opens up that shit.
Yeah.
She thinks in her head that she wasn't doing some manipulative little pussy ass shit to get her way. So she doesn't understand my fury because women get to have an excuse for everything. They don't have to have their own shit. They're not taught to go, you know what? I fucked up. I did that. I never heard a girl go, I fucked up. I really, that was some stupid. Some probably do. But they have an excuse. This girl did something to Mel, man. I'm telling you, for him to lose it like that, it's because she's just a game player.
Dude, I've been so angry before. I've actually had to say to women, and I've never hit a woman in my life. But there's been times where I visualize what their teeth would look like falling out. Wow. And I have for real had to say, and this is at a woman who's screaming at me. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't really, I've had it a couple times in my life where I've actually had to scream, you have to stop talking. Like, almost like breaking the code of the argument and going, you really have to stop talking. And I'm not threatening. I never say I'm going to hit you, but they understand, oh, this is going to an awful place, and I'm not saying I'm threatening them, but I think they understand. It's like my anger is fueling my anger.
How can you hate mental abuse if you're a woman when my next recourse is to put my fist through your fucking head? Like, why are you doing this? Like, that's my next thing.
Women
like,
don't
so how can you not?
Women do not understand that.
No, it's just there's this impenetrable fucking iron curtain of you can't hit a woman.
Yeah, it only goes so far. Most men will just leave at that stage. It's right, I'm leaving the scene before it gets to that. But there's a point where, you know, the rage will just take over and that reaction will fucking happen. And women need to understand that. And you can hear it in fucking Jim's voice there. Like, you know, I've never hit a woman, but he's wanted to hit a woman, but he won't hit a woman. But there is that line that gets crossed where, you know, it's going to fucking happen because you can't get in somebody's face. You can't drive them to the point of fucking madness and then expect it to just, you know, fizzle out. Because it's a completely unequal fucking relationship where the woman can, you know, slap you in the face, throw a fucking knife at you, a frying pan, punch you, and she will still expect not to be hit. In some way, shape, or form. But, you know, just take it from a man eventually. If you push a man far enough, he's going to fucking hit you. It's just that fucking...
Well, men these days, a lot of them would sooner walk away and punch a breeze block wall and hurt themselves before they hurt you.
Yeah.
However... You know, if you beat a man down over the course of months and it's just relentless and they feel hopeless, don't be surprised if a fist just kind of pops up and connects with your face.
Yeah, I think it's gotten to the stage where just a lot of men just don't even want to fucking bother. Like, they've been so downtrodden and fucking beaten down about it that they go, do you know what? I'm not even going to fucking bother anymore. Like, what's the point, you know? But those men can always join Islam, you know, get yourself a nice Muslim wife, wrap her in a blanket, and beat her gently, like the Quran demands, you know, as long as it's gently. Admonish her first, admonish her twice, and then the third time, beat her gently. Not severely, but gently, you know, which I suppose is a nicer way of going about it, you know. A nice gentle beating every now and again never did anybody any harm.
All right, let's carry on.
You let me tell you something. I bet you OJ's listening to this going, come on, Mel, do it, nigga. You know you want to do it. That's how OJ was feeling right before heads was flying.
Yeah, justify what I did.
Unrecorded phone calls of OJ that sounded
probably
like
very
this.
similar.
You fucked the waiter.
You fuck it. He's in my fucking car, bitch.
He's juicing me correctly.
Yes.
I'll cut your fucking head off.
Absolutely.
Sounded like Macho Man. It's like if a bitch can get you to sound like Macho Man, boy, it's fucking. Ooh, yeah.
Cunt. Do you hear how he's hanging on to his dominance, though? He keeps going, it's over. It's like by saying that, he's trying to have her go, no, I don't want it to be over. It's like you've already lost your number one position, your number two.
And if it's over, just fucking hang up. It's done.
Yeah. Great movie quote is War Games. It's like when you do that, it can't be because look, if I say to my girl, sweet, I think we gotta wrap this up. It can't be some trick to get her to go, no. It has to be a rational like in war games, it was like the only winning move is not to play. And it's like, I'm not trying to play with your emotions. I know I can be, you know, a lot of times guys are just possessive, man, and they possess women. We have to be rational. And he is in a bad spot because she used to fear him. She used to fear his rage, his money, now he's scrambling, and you can't do that. You cannot do that. But you have to make them understand. You have to make them understand that the best thing is that they stay mentally where they was when they liked you, or it's going to end up this.
Yeah, but that ain't going to happen. Yeah, that's
All right.
so rare.
The true lesson to learn from war games is just unplug the goddamn thing.
Unplug that bitch. Just pull out this.
All right, let's get back to the tape.
Bitch's batteries out.
Let's get back to the tape because we got some remixes to play that people are going to really enjoy.
You wanted the number of my therapist? Don't you ever speak to him. Find your own goddamn therapist. Because you got problems more than me.
You need medication.
You know how to fucking push my buttons. And it is not going to work with us. It's not. I can't get like this anymore. And you know you're doing it. And you're a liar. And you're dishonest. And you're fucked up. So you stay the fuck away from me. Take care of your fucking son. And I better have my daughter. I just want my daughter and a maid. It's a lot less fucking trouble.
He's like Steve Martin at the end of The Jerk. I want my daughter and a maid and this paper clip.
Daughter and a maid. It's a lot less fucking trouble. They clean up after themselves. They make your goddamn bed, which you did not. You don't have to worry about emotional blackmail or any of the other bullshit that you put me through. I just need a nice woman to look after my beautiful daughter. I don't have to fuck her or anything. You're a pain in the ass. You're a pain in my ass. Stop being that. You're a pain in my ass. Nothing but.
And that's where that tape ends.
If that's not the greatest cliffhanger
Well,
since fucking The Empire Strikes Back.
tape number 5 comes out in 45 minutes, and we'll have it.
And she hangs up on him all the
minutes.
time because the beginning of the other tape, he starts off, "Don't you fucking hang up."
Oh,
on
right,
me."
right.
Yeah.
Like-
She's not now because she's recording. So
Right, so she's just fucking.
You think he's onto it now?
What is he do? Maybe he's drunk or high.
Yeah.
Maybe he's listening to it with complete embarrassment.
Maybe she's not recording
these
today.
these were all made before. These conversations already happened. He's not just continually calling her. These are done.
No,
She's
I mean now. What is like? What is he feeling now? What is he feeling now?
I'm embarrassed. I didn't.
like he'd still be calling. Yeah, all the tapes are out, and he's still calling.
I'm embarrassed. Shut up.
Okay, faggot. What's next? He's probably sitting there going, "Oh God, I hope she didn't record that other
Yes.
thing." That's what he's thinking.
There's one
'Cause he
he's
has no
worried
idea.
about.
Yeah.
He has no idea which ones were recorded. It sounds like they had a lot of these conversations, and she probably finally fucking had and started taping them.
He's probably praying, "Oh God, please don't have
Not
the
that
fuck
one.
Haiti call recorded.
Right.
Oh, please don't have the fuck Haiti call."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They can't handle a 7.0. Those weak, dirty, foreign niggas.
How weird is it that he needs the bed made? Not many guys need their bed made.
Well, he probably has a daily fucking maid.
Yeah, comes in.
But he wants her to do that.
Jesus,
Wow.
no point. What is
That's
radar
a little
online?
weird.
Is this thing big? I
Yeah.
just never.
It's the guy from Mad.
Do we want to skip ahead and find this 5th call?
Yeah, let's listen to the 5th call.
All right.
nigger heard us say
talking.
don't care about me.
Forget it with my
He
next
don't
good
care.
movie.
You know what? Yeah, he's got plenty of money. Makes his own movies. He don't care.
What do you guys want to hear? D-Boy has 2 more fucking remixes.
Oh, okay. These are the remixes.
Which one do you want to hear?
Yeah, they can't date a nigga.
Around the house.
Find out what she did.
You're fucking bat in the side of the head. All right? How about that? You fucking brain transplant.
And not the fucking biggest miss ever.
Fair enough. But, yeah, I know. I'll take a second.
That's right up there with the Jew who said, "Oh, look, these Germans are coming into Warsaw to help us redecorate."
Are you embarrassed, Patrice? Are you heating up a little bit?
Not even a drop. But
it is funny.
I do now understand. That's why he's like,
asshole.
I'm like, I stink.
Janine's got a suggestion for D-Boy. How about one with Red from Tube?
You can't give a fuck.
I don't do this for a living. It's like new to me.
He's happy.
Who's interviewing this guy?
No one. He's totally on a video camera.
No, someone should be interviewing. Like, he should be on a talk show going, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Didn't Kimmel grab him or something?
Oh, Kimmel got him? Did we try to get him? Probably.
What are we hearing?
I think it's still the remixes, isn't it? They're just going with remixes.
No.
Rainbow all the way.
Rainbow all the way across the sky.
Fuck you. Get the fuck away from me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not on here.
No, it was
There has
separate tape.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if there's timestamps on this one.
It would fucking help, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. You need a timestamp. Well, there's something there. Doesn't say what the timestamps are.
No, I'm trying to slightly move on because I want your take on the Mel Gibson tapes. And the only reason I ask you this is because a brand new tape just hit.
Which is it?
We haven't heard it yet. It was just delivered to me.
How many fucking tapes? This dude is like Tupac with the amount of amount of recordings that have been. He's like Prince. He's got a vault full.
That's probably out there as a porno. I wouldn't doubt it.
Mel Gibson?
Please.
Brilliant.
Because I saw a quote that could be the funniest quote
I'm
ever.
telling you. Which one? Which one did you like?
Well, I'd rather hear him say it.
No, you don't say it on the air. I just want
Because it was, I don't know. I saw it zip by where Mel Gibson says something about
that's
Timothy
classic.
Dalton.
All right, here we go. Believe it or not, a brand new Mel Gibson tape. Tape number 7.
Number 7?
Oh,
oh wow.
5 to 7.
Okay. We're really far ahead. Do you want to continue with that or search for number 5?
I'll just go with what we have. We'll be here till fucking 6 o'clock in the morning if we go to 5, 6, and fucking 7.
Ooh. Great ring.
Hello.
Oh, you're there.
Oh, this is so Kino. I love it. You know what I loved at the end of the 4th tape? Stop being that!
Yeah, I know. It's just that easy. But you can hear the pain in his voice because we all know what that's like. It's like, you know, it's not just that it's one person. It's a continuous fucking having to deal with the same shit endlessly where she just talks around in circles. And like you said earlier, she's given him that kind of passive fucking tone all the time, where previous to that, she's been pushing every single fucking button the man has, like. And now, even though he doesn't know he's being recorded, but now she's doing this and playing dumb and like, I don't understand what the problem is. I don't.
Yeah, it's frustrating. You know, you don't say something that retarded as "stop being that."
Yeah.
Unless like your brain is just completely discombobulated. Yeah.
And he said it to her as well, and he's saying like, you do this all the fucking time, like you continuously do this, which I'm assuming is to bring him to that level of rage and then not acknowledge why he got to that level. It's not like that it just existed in some vacuum where it's like, okay, well, he goes from fucking, you know, relatively calm to psychotic, like just because he doesn't get a blowjob, you know, or maybe I don't fucking know.
All right, let's carry on.
Not a brand new Mel Gibson tape. Tape number 7.
Ooh. Great ring.
Hello.
Oh, you're there.
It starts out great. It just starts out great. Hello? Oh, you're there. Oh, yeah.
Do you think that this is the indicator it's not going to be a pleasant call?
Did you get my flowers? Yeah, this is just bad right here. Oh, you're there.
You're there. You think she sees the caller ID and goes,
oh, here it
fuck,
comes.
man. I wanted a
Here it
peaceful
comes.
day.
Hello.
Oh, you're there. I just want you to know that your whole relationship with me, everything about you was an offense to me and offended me and pissed me off. Did you get my last message about me being a bad father and Tim being a great dad now?
No, I didn't.
You didn't hear that one? Well, you should go and fuck him. You know, you fickle cunt. Because
she's just trying to enjoy her day.
And there's Mel on the other end of the phone.
But there's no bite to it even. Like, he's not even that angry when he calls. It's like he's just saying things that he has to say.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you didn't. Like, he's just getting himself riled up.
Why don't you fuck him?
He quit smoking. I'm telling you, you've quit smoking.
Okay, we're going to pull this up, yeah?
Yeah, see if he's learned his lesson. Yeah,
I don't
reckon.
think so.
Yeah, I recognize that phone call from Mel. That's where he just misses her. Like he's at that
Yeah.
stage. It's like, you know what? It's better to be in misery than to be alone. You know, so he's just ringing her to hear her voice and see if she'll talk or if there's some.
Yeah,
solve.
I've been there where, just be around the painful conflict rather than, nothing at all. So, this is Mel's current woman.
Yeah.
I would hope that she's nice.
Yeah, you'd hope so. You think he would have went for some frumpy thing? Like he said, he had his finger on the pulse there. He just needs a maid and somebody nice to look after his wife. Not to say this woman isn't, but there seems to be a pattern.
There's a pattern, of course, and we don't just suddenly drop our relationship patterns out of nowhere. That takes a lot of work, and who knows. But going for, like you said, a frumpy one. This Belgian
from the other one, she looks kind of similar as well.
Very similar. He has a type. This Belgian guy who wolf whistles at women in the hopes that one of them will like him. He made a very good point to me once. I guess I was, getting close to a woman that he wouldn't touch with a barge pole. And he said, look, you get the same shit from the fat ones as you do from the skinny ones. And it's true, like either someone's a cunt or they're not. Doesn't matter if they're attractive or not or anything else. Yeah. Shall we go back to the tape?
Yeah.
It's this one. All right.
I think that comes up in this tape.
Dude, I just read something about me and Colin had an argument when I quit smoking. I started crying at the bar at the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, shit.
Afterwards. It's like for the first 2 or 3 weeks, it's a drug fucking withdrawal, man. It is ungodly how fucking bad withdrawing from cigarettes is.
When I quit smoking, I think the second or third day, I couldn't find parking in the morning, and I started crying. I was just so frustrated with the situation.
Cry?
Yeah, it really does, man.
It's rage, dude. It's rage, and nothing goes anywhere. Wherever sadness should go here, anger should go here. You're like, put this in this place. It doesn't matter where.
It's just emotion.
Yeah. Anger, rage, sadness. Mix them up.
You didn't hear that one? Well, you should go and fuck him. You fickle cunt. Because I don't care. You offend me on every fucking level. You offend me on every fucking level. I despise you. I don't want you back. You have proven yourself to me. You're not a fucking woman I want. You can't hang.
Jesus.
You think he rehearsed this being an actor, it's like 7 takes before he's scripted it out. You fickle cunt.
I mean, he probably recorded it a few times, and this is the last recording he made, and he's just playing it into the receiver.
Yeah, maybe they're his recordings. You know?
There's no back and forth here, you know?
Yeah. It's a monologue, isn't it? Like the Oscar scene, like, you fickle cunt. Now say with more venom, you fickle cunt. It's a great line, though, you know.
Yeah. Oh, this whole monologue is fucking priceless. It really tells the story of the guy in the relationship that's on his last thread and has absolutely no hope left, and all he can do is endlessly tell this woman how much he hates her, even if it's not going anywhere, she's not responding, you know. Call up several times, leave like 20 fucking voicemail messages. You know, it's pathetic, but it's beautiful in how it captures the, you know, this particular emotion.
You're a fucking fake. You're a fucking sham. You don't know what the fuck it means to make a man happy. You didn't make me fucking happy. I couldn't make you happy with the best I did for anybody ever. Ever.
I heard.
You fucking glum cunt.
That is a brilliant insult. You fucking glum cunt.
It's poetic, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful. You know, it's not oversold, you know. It's the beauty is in its simplicity, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the assonance in there as well. The you and, you know, fucking glum and cunt.
I gotta hear that again.
I heard.
You fucking glum cunt.
You glum cunt.
You fucking glum cunt.
That's the greatest thing.
Oh, he just has the best fucking lines. You fucking glum cunt. What is that?
I want him to yell at my girlfriend when I'm mad. You annoy him when you talk during his Ozzy songs, you cunt. He just wants to smell your pussy. Play with his nipples, selfish.
You glum cunt. Glum.
I did for anybody ever. Ever. You fucking glum cunt. You didn't fucking crack a smile with the tree ceremony out there. Nothing.
What?
The fuck do I have to do? And remember whose fucking roof you're under. You ingrate bitch. And that's it. The game's over, okay? The game's over. Let the new games begin.
What?
The game's over. Now there's new games. What do the new games consist of?
I could only imagine.
Same as the old games.
The old games were a little rough.
Mel calling and cursing her out.
Yes. You'd make a great villain. Like Batman or something.
This is fantastic. He's fucking out of his bird.
Be in the next Scream movie, maybe?
Yeah, just fucking yelling.
Maybe this is all about a game of checkers that went wrong. That's the whole thing. And I said, king me, you cunt.
I like how he's mad that she didn't even smile at the tree ceremony. It's like, Mel, maybe you got to step it up a little more than a tree ceremony.
Did that come up yet or no?
Yeah, he just said it.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it.
A local tree ceremony, probably.
It's like, why would she be smiling at a tree ceremony anyway?
These self-important
Cares.
douches, that's what they do because they have nothing else to do during the day, so they go to a dumb local tree ceremony.
Didn't even smile once while I was washing my car? Who cares, Mel? Jesus.
I was peeling back my cuticles, and you looked disinterested. You cunt.
The game's over, okay? The game's over. Let the new games begin. So you can get it on with anybody else, and your son can watch it. What is it, number 45 he's going to have to look at?
But that means he knew that he was number 44.
44. How many cocks have you sucked? Including me?
Number 45 he's going to have to look at? Fucking good. So fucking sorry I had a child with you.
Hold on. He just. And I don't hope you die. I hope you toss and turn. I hope you can't get the temperature right. I hope you don't fucking sleep.
I hope the side of the fitted sheet pops off and you wake up and you're actually on the mattress. You glum cunt.
I hope there's a crack in the drapes and the light hits you right in the eye. You childless, broken pussied animal.
I hope right before you fucking fall asleep, a commercial comes on that's a lot louder than the program. You cunt, and wakes you up. The new games have started. You fuck.
What are some of the new games?
I hope you wake up with crusty eyes and drool.
I hope you doze off and then wake up immediately and have to tinkle out of your broken glum cunt.
I hope when you're just at the brink of falling asleep, you do that stupid leg kick thing and it wakes you up.
I never should have had a child with you. I hope I should have thought of this before I said it, because I have nothing. I hope you don't sleep. What a terrible insult.
I hope you don't sleep.
I hope that your hat display tips over.
I hope you're making eggs and one of the yolks breaks.
I hope right when you get into bed and pull the covers, you realize you have to piss. And get out of bed and piss out of that cunt. The glum cunt.
I hope you find a hair in your marmalade while spreading it on your toast.
I hope you want to make French toast and realize no eggs.
Yeah, his hopes for her, like, bad fucking luck is really stupid.
It is rough when you don't sleep, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's rough.
That I see you. I hope you fucking don't sleep. Hope you fucking waste. You fucking ruined me. You fucking ingrate. I'm so mad. I'm so angry. And this is not the nicotine. This is the truth. You fucking don't love me one bit. You know it. You using bitch.
He's so mad. Oh, that's it.
Wow.
That's it for tape 7.
Wow.
It's a short one.
Angry. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I didn't think it was nicotine either. I thought it was some adolescence that he was talking about.
You think we'll be here 6 months from now? Here's tape number 232. How many fucking tapes are coming out?
You know what? I hope so. I really hope so. I'll be very sad at the last tape.
I don't think this is the last one. Well, it's getting close to the last one.
Yeah?
Because he's calming down.
But he said game over, new game.
New game. Yeah, that's true. So we might have to listen to some of the new games for a while. Someone wrote, I hope your milk is past its spoil date. Blue Healer.
Just,
we got another Mel Gibson audio
reading
clip.
all those tapes were from the same day. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a lot of energy to expend in a fucking day.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That last tape, that just seemed like he wanted to talk. Like.
Yeah.
It's very hard again. You've nothing to bounce off. Like it's almost impossible to keep that level of rage going. Like, oh, poor Mel.
So the 7th was the last.
All right, that was it. Okay.
Was it?
I don't know. Like I can't.
Okay. I think there should be like Opie says there's another clip.
How many Mel?
Yeah. What is this? Say voicemail, or is it him talking to her?
I don't know. We're going to listen to it cold.
Oh, nice.
I guess we got to give a plug to Radar Online.
Yeah.
For bringing all this goodness to the world.
Yeah, they're the ones that have...
they got a gold mine with this stuff.
Supplying these.
They knew it, too. I'm sure they got all this material at once and then decided, let's just give them a little piece every day.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the final voicemail, though. This could be the end. This could be it, Anthony.
Oh, no.
You think this is it, or is there more audio?
I hope there's more. Oh.
Bobo's on the line.
Oh.
Hey, Bobo, you want to talk about Mr.
All right, we're not going to listen to Bobo.
Have you been following the Mel Gibson tapes?
It's why
kind
I'm
of old
alive.
news now, but
It's making me believe in God again.
yeah. Whose side are you on?
Mel's. I love every moment of those tapes. I want more. I'm like, please, Lord,
Yeah.
hear our prayer.
So you found an answer?
No, typical internet 2025 gives you everything you want, except what you actually fucking ask for.
Yeah.
Try Grok or something, which is the equivalent of late 90s search engine.
Yeah. Where you find things.
Well,
Or
it's
OJ.
like, you know, it's electric. Nuts.
We're gonna listen to it. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Thanks. Final voicemail. He left this.
The baby, and I want to talk reasonably about your
What's this?
All that. He left this voicemail that we're about to hear.
Hi, I'm just calling to check on your status, the status of puppy, the baby, and I want to talk reasonably about schedules and how we haven't got a voice left, how we go further. Just reasonably. There's no passion left anyway, so I don't need to get mad. I figured that out. Doesn't matter enough. I just, want to do the right thing now, so everybody's comfortable. All right? Okay, bye.
Wait. After all we've listened to.
Who the fuck does he sound like? It's driving me nuts.
A lunatic.
A lunatic, of course.
After all we've been
He goes,
listening to.
I don't have any voice. Of
No
course he
voice.
doesn't have any
He's
voice
been
left.
screaming cunt at her the entire time.
It actually sounds like our old boss in Boston trying to negotiate with us. Boys.
Boys, give me a call.
We'll talk about schedules, boys.
Just want to make things right.
So now he just wants to make things right because the passion's gone.
I just fuck it. Just fuck it. He does sound beaten. Yeah, he sounds like kind of
I
a
don't think
beaten
he
man
sounds
there.
beaten. I think he just sounds exhausted.
Exhausted from just screaming.
He's dehydrated from yelling so much.
You listen to the first recording, and he was just screaming, cunt, and then now.
Now he's just high.
He needs electrolytes.
I've had
She won, is what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, he's defeated. Like, or it could be another strategy. It's like, okay, well, the whole anger thing didn't work, so now it's like, okay, I'm past the anger. It's over. I accept it. Let's just talk. Please ring me.
Yeah,
please. But no, he's done.
Yep.
Yeah, tapes. There was anywhere between 5 and 9 tapes.
Oh,
or 5 conversations and 4 messages that were released. There's rumors that there were tapes that weren't released, but I doubt that. If she had more tapes, she would have released them to some fucking tabloid.
well, given their kind of drip feed pattern, maybe a deal was struck that further tapes wouldn't be released.
Yeah, maybe. So he ended up anyway. You had to go to domestic abuse counseling sessions.
Okay.
Did some level of community service and paid $570 in fines.
Okay.
Which is not too much, you know.
No, especially not for him.
No.
Oh, what a trip. I mean, I remember listening to these, maybe back in the day, even.
Yeah.
Or not very long after when these recordings showed up on YouTube, you know. And no, I just like it still doesn't stop being funny.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking hilarious.
2011. Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Where does the fucking years go at all? Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Like, and unexpected as well. Because I think before that, didn't we have like the Alex Baldwin tapes? There seemed to be a spate of celebrities, just always men as well. You never get the tapes of the women because generally it's not something men do, you know. And even when men do it, it never looks well. It's like it's almost always called out like, oh, well, why is he doing that? He must be doing that because where's the beginning of the conversation? Where's the 6 months preceding that? But if it's a woman that releases the tapes, well, then it's just like, oh, the man is monster. But obviously Mel recovered. I'm not sure how Oksana is doing or what she's doing. Can we find one of her songs? I don't think we got to listen to any of her music that Mel paid for. He did pay for her.
So her name would be Gibson, right?
I don't know, unless she went by her maiden name. What was her? What did you say her name was again? Mel Gibson and Oksana.
Okay, Grave something or other.
Yeah. Oksana Grigorieva. Yeah, and that's the hard thing as well, because I'm sure he didn't tell her at the time that it was a waste of his fucking money. Indulge her in her musical career. But I don't know. Maybe she had a voice. Hopefully it hasn't been scrubbed by YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Oh, there's something called Thunder here from 2 years ago, but I don't think that's what we want. But I have found her channel. Okay, 6 years ago. Okay.
I have an
right.
Say My Name.
Okay.
Go what you have here. Yeah.
Okay, I guess. All right, say my name, I guess. Whatever. I mean, they're all probably going to be the same anyway.
Yeah, they are fairly similar.
Yeah. Ugh. I get what Opie means now about like James Bond intro music.
Have you got it playing? It's not on screen.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You're listening to it privately.
How come that I swear to God, I thought the screen was being shared when I was looking for the. Oh, fuck it. I don't care.
Calling my name. When I was half awake, the birds and the leaves have joined October gray. But cold days are coming. The simple truth is plain. I'll have to walk a few more miles before you say my name again. My name again.
Okay, fair play. She does have a voice.
Yeah. It's a pity about the plastic surgery, though. She does have some fine blowjob lips, it's got to be said. But yeah, not outstanding. I suppose we can't look at it objectively anyway, can we? Given everything we know about her. But yeah, it's okay. It's not bad.
I mean, no, that's a pretty good voice. It's just not being utilized in a superior way, I think, is why you're not exactly electrified by it. I think it's like, what do you call it? Kind of loungy EDM is what it needs,
Yeah.
kind of take drugs and chill out under the sun and, with some good EDM and her voice.
Yeah.
Good day.
Yeah. It's kind of lounge music though, as it stands, isn't it? It's yeah. I don't think I'd stop and be captivated by it. It's just like, all right. Yeah, play a little bit more. Give me, maybe I'm being too harsh. Let me close my eyes so I don't have to look at her.
Okay.
My name again. Beggars and kings are tied to what they've got. Unreachable things I now become my lot, as if my only treasure was dust and blew away. I'll have to walk a few more miles before you say my name again. My name again. My name again. Stand in the rain until you let me know. Show me the way. I got no way back home, and every time my heart beats, it's one less that remains. I'll have to walk a few more miles before you say my name again. My name again.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Enough.
Yeah, it's very repetitive.
Yeah. Lyrically, it's
Mm.
nothing. I'm like, the strain to hear what she's saying half the time beyond say my name again, and she's got.
Oh, right.
Well,
Yeah, I can understand her perfectly. It's just not like
interesting.
yeah. I mean, like I get it, but it could be a little less chorusy.
Yeah. All right.
For some reason, I'm just annoyed by the chorus. But fair play. However, I'm tempted to go into the comments section and type, "You fucking glum cunt."
Yeah. At least she's given credit where it's due. Produced and directed by Mel Gibson.
Ah.
Oh, Mel helped her write it as well. Written by Oksana Gregorieva and Mel Gibson.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, that was a very complicated and spicy relationship they had then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it seemed like fun as well. There's a lot going on. Movie star, aspiring singer. I'm sure she didn't use that to her advantage. Hope she thanked him for it, because let's face it, without his backing, that wouldn't have happened at all.
Yeah, I mean, nobody would have heard her name.
Yeah.
And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I think you have to be in with a certain crowd to, get anywhere. And I guess on some level she knew that,
Kind of prophetic song as well. Say my name again. It's the only way anyone's going to say her fucking name is in relation to Mel Gibson. You should have just walked those few more miles, those extra steps to the jacuzzi to give him a blowjob. You might have a successful music career. All right, poor Roxana. And we shouldn't look too much because, it's not unique to Mel.
No.
It's just that so happens he's so famous and was unfortunate enough to have his dirty linen aired in public on more than one fucking occasion. But if anything, it shows that even someone as famous as Mel, you get over it eventually, and it's not the end of the world. And his star is now rising again. Doesn't he have his own? Is he making movies again? He's It's kind of part of that group where they're making anti-woke movies, isn't it? Or a return to old style of movies, and he was involved in that project to it was about human trafficking, was it? There was some documentary that a couple of them made about human trafficking children.
Oh yeah, that flash in the pan thing that never really kind of
Yeah, I never looked into it.
inspired to be anything.
Yeah, I just remember hearing a lot about it, and then it kind of vanished off the radar. Yeah, it's not one of those things that's going to drag you to the cinema, is it? Okay, well, where are we going tonight? Oh, we're going to watch a movie about child trafficking. Okay, so no blowjobs tonight then.
I don't know. Depends what you're into. You know,
It's just true, yeah. Just an audience for everything, huh?
Oh man, it's not looking good for our friend here. Let me just pull this up here. Like it's bad, man. It's bad. Monster Summer. Well, like what the fuck is that?
Is that the name of the? What is that?
It's a movie.
Oh.
Monster Summer is PG-13. When a mysterious force begins to disrupt their big summer fun, Noah and his friends team up with a retired police detective to embark on a monstrous adventure to save their island. Looks like a child's film, and it's only got 5.7 out of 10. So that's great. Then Boneyard, 4.1, which is fucking abysmal. Looks like a kind of a buddy cop thing. Inspired by the true events of a serial killer that may still be out there today. Nothing beyond that. So yeah, that's last year. He was in a show called Continental for 3 episodes. Irishman, Cormac O'Connor, which I don't want to fucking see him try to do. He's Desperation Road, which might actually be biographical about his later career. A southern noir thriller set
Excuse me.
tough and tumble Mississippi town where a woman and her young daughter are caught in the crossfire when whiskey, guns, and the desire for revenge violently intersect. Yeah, it's not doing. He's not doing too great.
No, he's what's this new movie? Flight Risk. A pilot transports an air marshal accompanying a fugitive to trial. As they cross the Alaskan wilderness, tensions soar and trust is tested, as not everyone on board is who they seem.
Okay, so that's due to come out later this year, is it?
I know it's come out already. Let me see.
Oh, upcoming. Oh, no, that's Mermaid. No, well, IMDb must not be updating his page, which is very odd.
Maybe he's just produced it or something. No, should that would still be on IMDb? This is IMDb. What's going on? Oh, directed by Mel Gibson. Okay.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg. So yeah, I think they've partnered up because they've had enough of the woke Hollywood shit.
Right.
The kiddie fuckery.
Okay, fair play. You know, judging by his the last let's say the last 3 years of his career, it was a good decision to not actually star in that movie that he's making because people don't like him, man. However, I helped my mother watch, get a hold of a copy of The Gladiator a few months ago, because it just kind of took her fancy one night. I I think because there's the Gladiator 2, and she may have seen that, so wanted to go back to the original. You know, so he has appeal. You know,
It's Mel Gibson, and Mel Gibson isn't in Gladiator.
the Gladiator. Yeah, he's the main character. He's the Gladiator.
No, he's not. That's
Then who is it?
That's the other Australian dude.
Who?
What's his name? Hang on, I'll tell you.
Oh, Russell Crowe.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
You're mixing up your Australians. In fairness, there's only two of them. Like, you know, so, and Australians are like African Americans. You know, they all look the same. In a certain light, you know.